Currently we're working on an energy project here at Burns Harbor for the power station. A great deal of the coke oven gas and blast furnace gas is flared and amounts to 70% of the available fuel we could be using. The goal is once the power station CapEx rehabilitation is done, that byproduct fuels which are flared will be burned into boilers. We will then convert it into steam, and that steam will then be converted into electrical energy for use here at the plant. From an energy perspective, if you think about that we're flaring these fuels, that's putting the heat energy and the carbon dioxide straight up into the atmosphere. Now by using these fuels in a beneficial manner, NIPSCO doesn't have to burn the same fuels, and so we're basically making a reduction of pollutants to the atmosphere, a reduction of greenhouse gases, and basically it helps the entire environment. For Burns Harbor's sake, it decreases our natural gas purchase, it decreases our electric purchase, and it improves our profitability.
There is certain times of the year when the weather is cooler than what we are in now in summers. So what we thought that these fans are always running at high speed no matter what the temperature of water is and no matter how much the fans are required to run. So what this does is you are unnecessarily running these fans at high speed. What it leads is to higher energy usage and you're not even being that efficient. So after pondering over this, we decided that we should put VFDs, which are variable frequency drives, on each of the motor of these cooling towers and have them sensed by temperatures of the water.
We replaced the lightings out in the slab yard and number 2 steel producing. There were 716 existing high bay bulbs. We replaced them with 220 high energy bulbs. It improved the lighting efficiency out in the slab yard dramatically. It was a safety concern for the operators, especially the crane operators. When they're going to lift up slabs, they lift up 4 at a time in low rail cars. There's also a safety issue for the railroad when they bring in empty cars and pull out the full cars. We also replaced some of the lighting outside of the slab yard, which increased the safety and helped out the railroad tremendously.
So we receive dairy oil from the 80-inch and our finishing mills. And this oil, has a lot of water inside, so it's about 45% oil. So what we do is we capture this oil also from our sister plants we receive from Cleveland, Weirton, Burns Harbor, just to mention a few. All this oily water comes to an on-site vendor, and then what they do is they pump it into a big tank, and it gets heat up for about 200 degrees, and the oil and water separates. Then we drain the water, and then the good oil we test it, and then when it's within our specs, then they ship it to a lime plant, and then we process it and then we use it as a fuel additive. When we process the good oil into the lime, we pump it through a burner and a tip that atomizes the oil, and that allows us to burn it, and we gain more MMBTUs than regular gas. So that allows the lime plant to save about $500,000 a year worth on gas.
We chose the MagnaDrive ASD coupling instead of a VFD, basically for a lot of different reasons. Cost was definitely one concern that we had. Medium voltage drives, VFD drives were very cost prohibitive for us. Real estate was another problem for us. The MagnaDrive coupling basically gave us all the advantages that we were looking for, from soft starting to mechanical reliability, along with energy savings when we are between heats. Coupling will disengage from the fan and save us money there.
MagnaDrive is a patented technology that utilizes an air gap, replacing the physical load between the motor and load with a magnetic force that allows us to transfer torque from one side to the other. I believe the Magna Drive equipment can be utilized throughout the corporation in specific areas. It could be from the steel making operations through the rolling and actually even through the finishing. I think it has unlimited opportunities throughout the ArcelorMittal group.
And I started looking at some of Tesla's work because I was getting a little bogged down and a little frustrated. I knew we had to change something. And I was just kind of scanning through some of his work and looking at some of his boundary layer couplings and magnetic resonance couplings, and I just started thinking about magnets, and I was thinking about a coffee cup that my son had given me, and it was a little battery powered cup. You push the button on it and it would start stirring your coffee, and I just started thinking, well, it's just a bigger coffee cup, right? So I started getting on Google and looking around, and came across Magna Drive, and got a hold of Matt Durner at Magna Drive, and the rest they say is history.